Candace Owens got fired from the Daily Wire after an interview she had concerning the Is Not Real conflict. In this video, we'll explore the fallout surrounding Candace Owens' departure from the Daily Wire following her interview on the Is Not Real Palestinian conflict. Owens' outspoken support for Palestine, highlighting the unaliving of innocent lives, particularly women and young ones, led to her dismissal by Ben Shapiro, one of the co-founders of the Daily Wire. Stay tuned as we get into Candace Owens' post-firing commentary, offering insights into her perspective on the situation. Her outspokenness has landed her in hot water this time for a lot of reasons, and I think the major one is because her and Ben Shapiro don't seem to be agreeing on a lot of issues. They don't have the same perspectives, and the conversation that we're about to play you is the one that made Ben take action this time. And do stick around in this video as we're gonna play you the video where she expressed her opinions after she got fired. So if you're ready to have this conversation, hit that like button and let us begin.
I'm going to ask you a specific, simpler question. Do you believe there is a qualitative difference between what was done on October 7th and the horrible tragedies that are going on in Gaza, with children being used as human shields and dying with all of that? There are tragedies going on in Gaza we both agree on. Do you believe that there is a radical difference between what happened October 7th and what is going on there, or do you believe that there is really not a moral and huge qualitative difference? It's one or the other.
How it's happening is different. How it's happening is different. There's no question that it's different.
It's evil just the same way.
Children, innocent children, if the consequence of children is dying, of course, it is an evil thing for innocent children to be dying.
Do you believe? Okay, so I want to make sure I'm hearing you. Okay, I don't want to misinterpret you. I'm asking for specific answers.
It is always an evil, and I again say this as a Christian, it is always an evil when innocent children are killed. Always an evil.
So do you believe that October 7th is more evil than what's happening when the innocent children are dying?
Pardon?
I'm asking you.
What?
I'm asking you the simple question. Do you believe there's a greater depth of evil in what happened October 7th than any of the tragedies that are happening in Gaza?
Actually, let me actually toss this back to you, because this is a great question. I think a lot of no. This is a great question. I'm glad you asked this, but I want to toss this to you because one of the things that was also radically misinterpreted. Actually, I was talking about Brian Mast in his language when he said that there's no such thing as an innocent Palestinian life. I thought that was horrifically genocidal to say that. And that has been a huge conflict of whether or not what's happening is genocidal or it's not genocidal. And something that I don't think that we have a clear definition on is genocide. And this is, obviously the word was created post-Holocaust. And so I would just like to get from you, because we're running, because we are running out of time.
So I'm not trying to, I don't use the word.
You don't use the word genocide?
Nope.
So you wouldn't describe the Holocaust as genocide?
I would describe it in other ways. It's just not the language I use. So for me to say that this is a definition would be arrogant and inappropriate, because
but what percentage of a certain group of people have to die that would constitute genocide? Because I think that's part of it. It's a back forth where it's like, listen, if we can just say X amount of people, percentage of people dying of the same ethnic group.
Candace, I'm telling you point blank. You're asking me to define a term that I don't go around utilizing.
Okay.
So I don't. You're saying define this, and what I'm saying is I don't use that term. I am asking you a very simple question, which you have avoided a yes or no on.
I haven't avoided a yes or no on anything. I've been answering you this entire time. I am just saying that if the consequence for me, I cannot, what happened on October 7th to me was so horrific and was so evil. And it partially, the reason why I believed it was so horrific and so evil was there was no military target. You were just hitting civilians, and civilians are innocent, right? And so for you to then tell me, is it more or less evil when now innocent civilians, what is the number at? Can you tell me what the number is at of Palestinians?
No, I can't, because Hamas authorities aren't.
I know, but I'm asking you. I'm not asking Hamas. I'm asking you.
Candace, I'm going to try and make this.
So when you're asking me to compare, and what you're actually asking me to do is to compare, is to state whether or not I believe. Please let me finish this. I feel that question, is you trying to make a statement
Let me try to get the question, okay? I believe that what happened on October 7th is a uniquely dark form of evil on a whole other level in every way, shape, or form of evil than anything that is happening in Gaza. Do you agree with my statement or disagree? I don't need explanations. Do you agree with me or disagree?
I have said to you 1,000 times, I feel like what you are asking me to do right now, I'm looking at the cost of life. This is how I analyze things.
You can't agree. You're not going to agree with me.
I am uncomfortable with the amount of innocent life that is lost right now in Gaza.
So you're not going to agree with me. Okay, let's move on. Let's move on because there's other stuff. Because there's another piece in an article.
Because part of it feels like you want me to weigh, like, is Jewish innocent life worth more than Palestinian innocent life? And I'm not comfortable with that.
You made that clear that you don't view it the same, or you'd be able to say that what happened.
I view innocent life as innocent life.
Now, let me just play you a short clip of Candace Owens after this interview, and then I'll play you the reaction videos where you get to hear our people's perspectives and what they think about this discussion.
Guys, I'm going to be honest with you because everybody's noticing it. Every single political commentator in America, every single one of them knows this, that if you do not step out and say things that are radically pro-Israel, or if you are too quiet on certain narratives and they want you to be radically pro-Israel, you can lose everything. That's truth. That is a fact. I'm not feeling like I need to hide from that anymore or be afraid to say it, rather, is a better way to say it, because I've endured this for years. I'm just at the end of my rope. I have given so much rope here, and I am just done with it.
Candace Owens was just fired by the Daily Wire. The grounds were that she was promoting anti-Semitism. She said in a tweet, "Blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall be called the children of God. Blessed are they which are persecuted for righteousness' sake, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are ye when men shall revile you and persecute you, and shall say all manner of evil against you falsely for my sake. No one can serve two masters. Either you will hate one and love the other, or you will be devoted to one and despise the other. You cannot serve both God and money." Okay. Well, Ben Shapiro, basically the face of Daily Wire, is Jewish, and he did not like that. Nope. He said, "Candace, if you feel that taking money from the Daily Wire somehow comes between you and God, by all means quit." Well, she didn't. She was then fired because of it. Instead, side note, somebody just commented, she found out how black she truly is, but you still can't come to the cookout. Look, this does not mean Candace Owens' career is over. You get fired from the Daily Wire, she has a big enough name to be able to make her own YouTube account and have a following just as well. But I find it quite interesting that a channel that promotes freedom of speech and everything American values are supposed to be went back on their word because of this guy. She should be able to say what she wants in regards to the horrible atrocities that are going on, right? Even if he doesn't agree with it. Follow for more tea.
I hope you're having a good day, because you know who isn't? That would be Candace Owens. The Daily Wire let her go today over her anti-Semitic comments. Do you know how messed up you gotta be to be fired by Ben Shapiro? But you know what they say, tokens get spent. But don't worry, y'all, I'm sure she's gonna land on her feet. She's already on to her next grift, and of course she's using the American flag and the cross, to rally the troops. I'm usually not somebody who celebrates people getting food taken off their table. But in Candace Owens' case, you know what I mean?
Look, this is not me being in support of Candace Owens. I just find it fascinating that she was fired after going against Ben Shapiro's narrative on the whole Israel-Palestine conflict because she wanted to ask genuine questions instead of just following Ben's narrative. I like to listen to both sides of politics, so she is somebody who I have listened to before a lot. It's just she's not somebody that I listen to frequently because I like to pull from all sources on both sides when I can, and I don't just like to listen to one source from every side, if that makes sense. But it does just make me wonder, right? I don't know if you have more information or more hypotheses, please feel free to let me know. I just think the timing seems a little weird, in my opinion. Because I do remember a few weeks ago seeing Ben Shapiro standing on a table slamming Candace Owens because she wasn't fully pro-real. Because I'm pretty sure she had questions of like, well, shouldn't we be concerned about everybody dying? Especially all these kids dying, especially all these people starving? Alright, I gotta stop, because if I keep talking about Israel-Palestine, I'm gonna start crying. But I hope you guys have a nice day.
Candace Owens and the Daily Wire have severed their relationship. Now, the Daily Wire has not given an official reason. However, sources with direct knowledge told TMZ that Candace and Ben Shapiro have been feuding for months, very publicly. They had opposing views on the Israel-Gaza conflict. The straw that broke the camel's back was Candace's March 8th appearance on the Fresh and Fit podcast. Allegedly. The hosts of the Fresh and Fit podcast were talking about the rift between Candace and Ben Shapiro. But every time Ben and his wife was mentioned, a ching-ching sound effect would sound off. Several stories across the internet have said that the ching-ching sound effect is considered to be anti-Semitic in nature. While on this podcast, Candace didn't say anything negative about Ben, but I guess the gripe is she didn't do anything to defend Ben every time this sound effect was played. According to TMZ, it is unclear if Candace even heard the sound effect. According to TMZ, the Daily Wire execs have said they had several conversations with Candace just to understand her position, because their goal was not to censor her. But they felt that the podcast incident had crossed the line. Additionally, it is said that Ben Shapiro had nothing to do with Candace's termination because he does not have the power to do so. Candace was also a guest on the Breakfast Club Thursday. She shared that she's not anti-Semitic, she's simply against all forms of genocide. Now, Candace did confirm her departure on X and said she was finally free and she will not be silenced. Based on everything that I've been listening to and reading, I'm pretty confident that we have not heard the last of this.
This is very breaking. We don't have all the information yet. I'm sure much more will come out, but Candace Owens has left the Daily Wire. This was literally the only announcement, and then something by Candace. I'll show you hers in just a moment. So I don't know who initiated the final break, but I will say this has been coming for a while, and whatever disagreements they had, if they had any before, I think that it really started with her relationship with Kanye West and the whole controversy around Kanye and some of his comments. And it accelerated with Candace questioning more of the pro-Israel narrative. And this is Jeremy Boring. He's the CEO of the Daily Wire. He says Daily Wire and Candace have ended the relationship. That's all he said. And here is Candace. The rumors are true. I am finally free. If you would like to support my work, that's her announcement. There will be many more coming. This was 3 months ago where Candace and Ben Shapiro were publicly spatting on Twitter, where he actually said, by all means quit. And my personal thoughts about Candace and the Daily Wire, however you feel about either, I think Candace is too big for the Daily Wire and this is going to be better for her. She's trending almost every single week. She's a force not only politically, but culturally. And I don't even agree with her all the time, but you have to admit that that's true. I don't even agree with all of the questioning she had around Israel-Palestine. But she is a person that questions, if you know about her and her history and how she describes herself, and you can't tell her not to question something. Anyway, those are all of the things that we know so far, but I think it was pretty clear after the documentary came out, her BLM documentary and all the controversy around that, it was pretty clear it wasn't really a good fit, so I think both will be better off. Anywho, those are all the things right now.
When I used to hear Candace Owens speak, I used to really get offended. I'm not gonna lie. A lot of the stuff that she was saying, I'd be like, why would she say stuff like that? But she's saying she's for black. But then I really sat and I listened to her and I looked at it on both sides. And what she be saying be making sense. When she tries to tell us that it's a social class thing and it's not a race thing, it makes sense. It's by social class, then it's by race. But let me continue on what I really want to talk about. So Candace Owens made this post, right? And so they say that she was promoting anti-Semitism, right? And I'm a comment type of girl, so I love to go to the comments. And this comment, because I didn't read the post and I didn't know what she said, but I went to the comments and this comment was like, she was backing for Palestine and saying she refuses to pick a side. Wake up, America. The media is powerful. They want her to shut up. So she got fired. She got fired for saying what she said. Definition of anti-Semitism.
Now that we've heard what people had to say about Candace Owens getting fired, do stick around after this discussion as we're gonna play you her video where she expressed her opinions after she got fired. Now this makes one wonder, that interview she had with the rabbi might have also majorly contributed because you can see the back and forth argument they had there, and rabbis are perceived as fatherly figures from this tradition, so they are to be respected, and if they want to express an opinion, I guess you just have to let them say what they want to say. And in that interview you can see how she was being pushed into the corner of saying yes or no to the statement that he made. And I guess from that, plus these other allegations and controversies about Candace Owens, the Daily Wire had to let her go. The Daily Wire is renowned for its conservative perspective and its commitment to fostering open discussions and debates. Co-founder Ben Shapiro has been instrumental in promoting candid conversations about contemporary America in the spirit of free speech. The platform offers diverse contents such as news articles, opinion pieces, podcasts, and videos, all underscored by its dedication to free speech principles. I think the reason why Candace Owens got fired is because of Ben Shapiro's stance. Because Ben Shapiro is a devoted Orthodox Jew, with his religious beliefs serving as a cornerstone of his identity and shaping his perspectives on a wide array of moral and ethical matters. He was raised in a family that underwent a transition from conservative to Orthodox Judaism, a denomination characterized by its rigorous adherence to Jewish law and tradition. Shapiro's unwavering religious dedication sets him apart from numerous other political commentators, influencing both his viewpoints and public discourse. And I think this is the reason why Ben took the action that he took, because I'm pretty sure his brothers from the clergy were not gonna let him have an employee that is against their religious views. You see, Candace Owens is renowned for her outspoken nature, characterized by bold rhetoric and a willingness to express controversial viewpoints, particularly on political and cultural matters. She often ignites debate with her critics of liberal ideologies and advocacy for conservative values. Owens' adeptness in debate and persuasive articulation of issues confronting American culture have rendered her a polarizing figure. While some find her approach off-putting, others are drawn to her views on conservatism because of her compelling arguments. Being outspoken in today's world is the biggest risk that one can take. There is a candid thought that I would like to share with you, my viewers, and it goes like this. You can't know the ones that are in charge until you speak against them, and you can only know that they are in charge after, because of their power, after they cut you off from putting food on your table. And this is one of those situations where we are seeing who is really in power and in control here. And in moments like these, people should begin to question what really has been happening and who really shapes what goes around. Because for a very long time now, it has been believed that the Muslims have been the cause of all sorts of horrible things. But what if there has been an agenda to paint a bad picture of Islam and the people that take part in it? What if there are hands in the shadows that we can't see, that really control the narrative and the media? Should Candace have kept quiet and just watered down her perceptions and views on the conflict? Sure, that was an option too. But you see, the thing about people like Candace Owens, they are not hypocrites. With that being said, I think it is very important for us as the people to rally behind the opinions that we uphold. That is, the beliefs and the values. That is the only time the powers that be are gonna understand who the people are really, when they stand up for their beliefs and values. You see, the powers that be have shaped media narratives for a very long time. There are even speculations about them dictating the chemicals that go in the food that we eat. Imagine the power that these people are now having because the public has not been able to stand up for themselves. Now, should people support Candace Owens? I don't know. It really depends. Do you think Candace Owens deserves a platform for her to be speaking the way she speaks, for her to be airing out opinions that she values? I think it is really up to the people now. Candice can go on YouTube and start her own YouTube channel, of course, because she has a huge following and people know her. But it is only when people begin to support what they really uphold. We people have a say in this too, and we can also play a part in shaping the media narrative if we stand on what we believe in. I think the public is responsible for the monsters that are made. What do I mean? We talk the talk, but we don't walk the walk. Take it this way. When somebody steps on your shoe, what is your reaction? Of course, if you feel the pain and if you feel that it's not right, you're gonna speak out, right? And make that person apologize. But when it comes to public discourse, like political stances, people are silent and all we do is wait for that one messiah that is gonna come and speak what is on our minds. But I think the media doesn't work like that. That is the reason why we have social media, to stand up and speak out our minds and stand on things that we really value and uphold. When the lion has been caged for a very long time, he doesn't realize that the zookeeper left the gate open last night because he stops trying to escape. And the same thing happens with people. We fear getting cancelled, so we stop speaking out and we stop standing up for what is right. But I think we should applaud Candace Owens for standing on what she views as right. A lot of us agree that what is happening with the conflict is not right, and the media tends to be one-sided. In conclusion, a lot of people don't seem to stand with Candace Owens on a lot of controversial issues she's had in the past, but when it came to the Daily Wire firing her, it seems like a lot of people are questioning the Daily Wire's stance, especially on political issues, and given the fact that they consider themselves as an outspoken community, so one can question why it turned out this way for Candace. Now we're gonna play you the video of Candace Owens sharing her perspective after she got fired. If you enjoyed today's discussion, please like, share, and subscribe. And do leave your thoughts in the comment section. What do you think about today's discussion?
Hey guys, it's Candice. The rumors are true. I am free. Welcome to my locals page. So much to talk about. Obviously, I'm going to take a couple of weeks here just to rebuild and to refocus and to create something that is actually mine and something that can't be threatened or taken because it belongs to me. I can't tell you enough how much your support has meant to me over the years. We're just getting started. Join the locals page. Obviously here you can support me and my work as an independent journalist, as an independent podcaster. We're still going to be doing 5 days a week. There'll be tons of announcements coming in the next couple of weeks. And I guess the last thing I want to say is thank you. And for those of you that don't want to be on locals and just want to support in any capacity, you can head to gocandice.com. Thank you guys.